Welcome once again in my talk about forgiveness, a talk where we need to look into our lives, look into our behaviors, look into our habits, and try to approach what we know or what we think is not right. Sometimes we are in a field, we are in a world, we are in a situation, and rather life that we know clearly that what we are leading is wrong, and we continue with the same, we continue with a habit that at the end of the day we are left with lamentation, we are left with quarrels within ourselves. Today I want us to continue talking about forgiveness, a program that we had started earlier, and in this day's program, in a very short time, please just lend me your ears so that in this day's program we are going to look at what forgiveness is and what it entails and what forgiveness can bring to us in terms of giving it out or receiving it. Because forgiveness is about giving out and receiving of the same. Today, I want us to shortly just look at ways in which forgiveness has become a big problem to many of us. Because when we talk about forgiveness, we are talking about an exercise where somebody has wronged you and you have the, you know, you have no any other point to go about but to accept the fact that they have come to you for forgiveness, or they haven't come for you, or rather to you for forgiveness, but you have given out your heart for the forgiveness. So in today's program, I want to tell you that forgiveness is all about yourself. It is about yourself, because many times we talk about burdens, we talk about life that is unpleasant to ourselves and to others too. But importantly is, what do we have inside ourselves that needs to be taken out or to be removed from us, so that you may become whole and a free people who don't have problems in the heart. In the previous programs, we discussed so much about problems that come to us when we do not forgive. Issues that happen to us, problems that come to our lives when we do not forgive. We realize that there are diseases that come with us, with unforgiving. Because when you don't forgive somebody, then what happens? You continue having this person in your heart, and that area of the heart continues to have, it actually continues to have a very piercing, pain that you don't need to release this person. Today I want us to try and look into issues that we are supposed to go about and walk into knowing how forgiveness is going to be good for us. But before that, I want us to look into why forgiveness becomes, rather how forgiveness becomes a problem to so many. It becomes very hard for one to forgive because of a number of points that we are going to discuss. So forgiveness becomes more difficult where there is no apology. To some people, they take it as a big problem that if there is no apology rendered to us, then we are not going to forgive. But if I do not come for forgiveness, what happens with your heart is that you continue having me in you, rolling day in, day out. You continue having pain, you continue having problems with me, you continue having, issues that are not giving you peace at all. So what happens is that you continue suffering. Anytime you meet this person or see him or her from afar, the best thing for you is to check away. The way, you take another route to run away from this person. That is when you are waiting for this person to render a forgiveness letter, or rather to come to you and kneel and tell you to forgive. So apology. When they do not give us the apology, then a problem comes to us. So that makes it a very hard thing to do, because we want this person to apologize so that you can forgive, we can release. What I want to tell you today is that the best thing you're supposed to do as an individual, as a person, somebody who wants peace for yourself, somebody who wants peace for themselves, is that that person must be released. Remember, whatever they did to you, actually, they already have done it. What they did to you is already, with you. So when you continue carrying them up, the problem of your heart becomes, busy thinking about this person. Now, instead of thinking about this person, I think the best thing you can do, my brother, my sister, is to let it go and forge ahead, to let it go and buy more issues that you're supposed to do and continue with your life, because by accepting to release, then you're accepting some healing in you, you're accepting healing in your heart, and for this case, you make things go smooth into your lives. Remember, when you forgive or not forgiving, life and your relationship with this person will not be the same. So the best thing is when you forgive, when you forgive, you become a little bit, eased up. You don't have problems. You don't have issues that are following you up. But when you still have this person in your mind, then you continue having a lot of pressure, a lot of things that happen in you. You continue having problems. So my issue today is that let us try our level best and forgive without the apology being rendered to us. I think that is a point that we need to do. Forget about what he did to you. Forget about what they did to you, and go ahead and forge ahead, because your life is more important than that word of forgiveness alone. So because they cannot reverse what they did to you. So the best thing is, please forgive and leave it that to us. Another thing that makes this life to be so a bit hard, the forgiveness to be difficult for people to admit, is that the admission of guilt. One should admit that they are guilty. That's the problem that we are facing. That somebody must come down and say, I'm guilty, please come. So we want these people to come kneeling. We want these people to come shouting. No, let us try and forgive them first. When they come for forgiveness, you will have already, made up your minds. You have already continued your life. You have already made up your moves, and your life will have started going ahead. So it's best for you to give life, because when sometimes we think about forgiveness, we think we are giving these people a gift. No. Sometimes we think that we are giving, we are being, we are bending too low to them, and that makes us look like we are not the best people in handling issues. But what I want to say is that the gift that you think you're giving out, that very gift you are giving to yourself. When you forgive, it is the best gift you're giving to yourself. So when you forgive, you become free, you become, there is nothing that is following up. I'm repeating, because this person, whatever they did to you, they did it already, and it happened. They cannot reverse. If they can reverse, maybe the restitution, that is paying back, but that is when they come to you. That is when they come to you and ask for the same. But for the time being, please release that person, release the other gun, release those who wronged you, so that you are going to heal up yourself. We shall look into some points about what happens to us when we do not forgive, that is in health matters, and we shall be getting speakers here to discuss with us this, so that we may go out with this life in a better way. Now, it is a gift, as I just have said, is that forgiveness is a gift to ourselves. It is a gift to ourselves, because once you have released, for instance, you are carrying so much in your minds, you have so much in the brain, you have so much in your life. So when you remove them from you, when they are out of you, that is when you become easy, you become free, and actually you get sleep. Try that tonight, and you're going to change a lot of life. It's a lot in you, and you're going to make things happen. It helps us to heal. It heals us from bondages and self-torture. Look here. We torture ourselves when we do not forgive. We torture ourselves We think so much about our people, those who are our offenders. We think too much about our offenders. We have, we become having so many whys. Why did this person do this to me? Why did they have to do this to me? Did they have any, reason to do this? All these questions. They pile up until you become a bag that is full of nothing. And remember, when you're carrying so much in you, what happens that you're destroying yourself. So ensure that you are not having a problem of torture within yourself. So don't torture yourself by not forgiving. Release that person, and life will be again better to you. Another thing is that when we do not forgive, pain explodes each time we see these people. Pain explodes. And that is why you find people are having ulcers. People are suffering from these diseases. They are diseases that we can avoid. They are diseases that we can, we live without. They are diseases that if we do not take care, they are going to take us to the grave. So let us forgive this person, let us forgive the other person, and ensure that our life is back to normal, because the normalcy of life is what we need for our existence. Because all this we are doing here, it's because we need ourselves, we love ourselves, and of course, when you forgive, that is when you love yourself. So when you don't forgive, remember, you're giving yourself a very big burden. So you're carrying such burdens, they are going to make you actually sick, and to at some point maybe lose your life because you did not forgive this person who offended you. Pain so much when we see them, imagine why they did and all that. I've said that. We imagine that these people are, the questions that come to ourselves become so bad to us. So what we should do is to ensure that we don't have this pain following us here and there. These pains that when we see these guys, we are suffering. So when we meet these people, we continue suffering. When we see them just far, we are suffering. Some of us, when you go through our phones and you meet the photos of these guys, we continue suffering a lot. Why? Because you are questioning yourself so much. You have so many questions about what they did to you and why they did it to you. I've told you the best thing is that kind of what they did, already they did it. If they stole something from you, they went with it. If they beat you up, then they did. If they did whatever they did already, and they went. So what are we supposed to do? Don't sit there and start crying, grumbling, suffering for something that you should have released. By releasing them, it doesn't mean that now you are a fool. It means now you become a hero for yourself, for your people, for your siblings, for your children, for your family, because your family needs you as much as you need yourself. When you do not forgive, then that problem comes back to you and it hounds you up. So let us be ambassadors. Let us be ambassadors of forgiveness and carrying the same information to each and every one of us, so that life may continue regardless of what they did to you, regardless of what you went through because of what they did to you. Yeah, until next time, we shall be talking about this, and we are going to look at what diseases that we are actually manufacturing to ourselves, and they are going to kill us if we do not forgive. Until we meet again, my name is Paul. Bye for now, and God bless you.